Good morning, everybody. Let's take a seat here, take a moment together. Do our snake check. Very good. Paul and I encountered a gigantic black-tailed rattlesnake at the lake this weekend, so it's funny because the weather cooled off and they came right out. Because I didn't really see that many this summer. Okay, so the idea that you're going to heal your life, your body, your relationships, your traumas, the idea that your life will get better, that it will get worse, that you won't heal, belong to that which lives in time, to that which feels separate. And to define healing, because I think a lot of people get on the spiritual path or on the non-duality path, and healing becomes a really central focal point to their search. And the ultimate goal at the end of it often becomes enlightenment, because they believe if they reach enlightenment, then the things that they want to get better will get better. The suffering, in other words, will end. But actually, you never suffered. That was a dream that you suffered. There was nobody here that could suffer. There was nobody here that could improve their lives. That never happened. So when we're discussing the world of time, and there's an appearance of suggestions being given, that's actually being given by no one to no one. So there's nobody there that could take the advice. So when we get into things like traumas, i.e. Deep suffering, I mean, on a physical level, mental anguish, deep suffering. There is no one that lives in time that could resolve or alleviate that suffering. And actually, the suffering's not even happening. That's the dream. And it's funny, the ambulance, if you can hear it in the background, I mean, this is exactly what I'm talking about, this urgency, this pressure to get better, to heal, to not make mistakes, to not fail, to not fall back into the darkness, to avoid the darkness actually at all costs. That's all a game. That's all being played out. in the dynamics of a mental, a thick mental reality, a non-reality. So when it comes to things like discomfort and pain, which is the direct experience of suffering, that's an appearance in the dream of time. That's an appearance in the dream of the person. But it's really no different than anything that's appearing. It's no different than the birds singing, than this camera being on, than the ambulance driving by, than a phone call coming in, than an appointment happening, a friend calling, or a person dying. So in these talks, there could be the description of time in a discussion in that realm. But non-duality really discusses the timeless. So people are taking non-duality and they're merging the concepts that the mind is acquiring in that topic, and they're attempting to apply it to suffering, to discomfort, and to pain. And I've talked a lot in my videos about why that happens and about the conditioning of the mind. Because the mind only knows seeking, it only knows how to take, it only knows how to make anything that's happening about me. Me. So that's what it will do. But it's not you doing it. It's the conditioned mind. So I cannot emphasize this enough, literally, you cannot use non-duality to fix your life and to end your suffering. There could be a temporary experience of peace from the message of no self, because there's a deep resonance of something that is true within that, and the truth will always, always, always feel good. It's one of the brilliant functions of the internal guidance system, that the truth always feels good and the lies always hurt. But non-duality cannot and will not fix your life. Okay? If you have issues, imbalances, ailments, and problems, those have to be addressed in the realm of time, which is where they are created, where they exist, and where they belong. So there's two versions of content here on spiritual shifts. There's the expression of that which lives in time, and then there's an expression also of that which lives in timelessness. And hopefully, when the person suffering or the dream of that suffering is seen through, then these deeper resonances shine through brightly, like the sun through the clouds. And also, one last thing I want to say is that balance, i.e. healing, i.e. reality, that which is not suffering, that which does not live in time, is happening right now, as everything, through everyone, in every ailment, in every discomfort, in every appearance. So everything you look at is God. Everything you look at is truth. Everything you look at and experience is awake. Everything is you. There's nothing to do with this message. Nothing. At all. What the hell are you going to do with it? You can't apply it to your life. It's not going to do anything for you. It's like a song, a bird song, or a song on the radio, or anything that, temporarily presses pause on that me story. It comes and goes. It's not leading anywhere. It's not going to get you to anything. It's not going to change anywhere or anything or anyone. Gosh, the heat broke early this year, and it's so beautiful and pleasant and cool, and just the weather's so great. Alrighty. Much love to you all.